What I'm going to relate to you now is the strangest occurrence of my life. Today is the 11th of October and the 12th of Tishri. And for some reason, I've gotten these days mixed up because they're so close here. You know, in the months. And I thought today was the 12th of October and the 11th of Tishri. Because yesterday, I saw my rabbi twice up at the synagogue. And the first time I was telling him about that I'm working on a thing called the kiss of death. And when he heard that, he said, "Oh, funny you should mention that," because he knew this doctor who did the kiss of death. And this kiss of death has to do with the ear. It's a kiss that's given to the ear, and something about the suction in the ear creates a deafness in the ear. And, well, that day, yesterday, I call up the doctor and I have a long talk with the doctor, a wonderful man. And so I went back to the synagogue last night to tell the rabbi this, because he's leaving today for like a 10-day break because of Sukkot. And I get into the synagogue, I didn't know this, and they're doing mincha. And I see also in the synagogue, the rabbi, that my brother found the original day, I don't know how many years ago, 12 years ago, who started the Erev, the Marav service at the hospital, and my brother found him, and he's a wonderful doctor, a kidney doctor, and he found him and told me, and I went up to him and we started, and you know, I was getting credit for that Marav where my brother really found the man. And I see him praying in the couple rows down, but I didn't say anything because Mincha was finished. And then they start Marav. And my rabbi asked me, "You're not still in your brother's year of Yortzeit, are you?" And I said, no. Knowing full well that his birthday is the 12th, I thought the birthday was tomorrow. Because I got the days mixed up, the calendars mixed up. Because this year, the 23rd of September is the 12th of Tishri. So I didn't stay for Marav. I didn't stay for the even though it was at a different synagogue, for a couple of the people were there that my brother started this Marav for. And he has, so I left with my rabbi and told him the story about the family. I mean, about what happened with the kiss of death. And the kiss of death, and I said, I was talking about the Shema on the ear, and that shemen. So my relating of the story to him. So I leave the synagogue while Marav is going on. And I didn't say the Kaddish that like my rabbi had intuited. But I consider my conversation with my rabbi till I walked him to the subway as that. So this would have been painful. But then I come home. I've been waiting to light a candle, a memorial candle for his birthday. Because a birthday represents the potential of the person. Where a Yortzeit candle is death, represents the actual. And so the potential. So I came back, I went to sleep, and in the middle of my night here, I had a experience of actuality, of physicality. I had a dream that my mother, father, and brother and me were in the house here, physically in the house, and I was telling them, that I was going to meet somebody next week and get Dad's exercises materialized, exercise maybe. I couldn't remember what the thing was, and I said, "Oh, Dad," and I hugged Dad, and I hugged Randy. I hugged my brother. Physically, they were with me in the house. This wasn't a dream. That I saw them physically, and I touched them, and I felt them physically. It wasn't that I held them and they were like shadows or non-bodies. They were bodies. And that was the dream. And then I woke up, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning here. I woke up. It was actually 4:30 I woke up. And I realized it was a dream because I was in the midst of it. I was hugging them, touching them. In the house here was. And then I realized today's the 12th of Tishrei. Today is my brother's birthday. And I didn't light a candle last night. But the weirdest thing is, this is the first time I've walked up to meet the rabbi it was 6:30 when they were doing the Mincha service. It was 6 or something. This is the first time I've gone there, and I haven't gone into the synagogue. And I saw those men from and I forget the doctor's name, but that from 12 years ago, and he's there praying. He was a close friend. And I should go there the only day and go up there the only day. And it was for my brother's Mara for the 12th, and I'm mixed up. And then I should have that dream. And the whole story comes from the kiss of death. And he received a kiss of death. And the life was taken from him quite easily, rather than going through a painful, sick period. And I've been working on a kiss as a transmission of an Ebor that I've been reading about, how it's possible for an Ebor to be transmitted while the Zadok is alive. And I feel that my Ebor can transmit effects of the mitzvah of kaved, ava, and ima. And how all this is faded. And even this video. And this is the strangest day of my life. And it's the 12th of Tishri. And I didn't realize it, and I was waiting for it. And I'm up there, and the rabbi says, "Oh, are you still in the year period?" And I said, "No," knowing full well that the next day I'm supposed to do his yahrzeit, his birthday. And I didn't say like, "Oh, the 12th," and he would have said, "Today's the 12th." And I would have said, "Oh, I've come up here." And this is even weirder, because the dream I had last night, brought from my brother, obviously, on his birthday, is that they were here physically with me in this night. They were here physically. The whole family was here. Obviously brought to me by my brother, because they're in the house here. And on this birthday, on this potential day, he brought them into manifestation here for me. And the energy of that day, of that yom, which I did right before that. And I'm completely convinced that the thing that I said about Dad's exercises, actually for the medical world. And that's what I was talking about in there, and I don't even want to hang up here. This is when you talk about mysticism. Mysticism of reality. I hope I've made myself clear. They were here with me last night. I experienced them. My mother, my father, and my brother. And it turns out to be my brother's birthday that I didn't light the candle for. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if I had lit the candle, if I would have experienced them. So everything is fated from the beginning of time.